The third day Grandpa Sam's beagle went missing, the text from my assistant, Tessa, popped up on my phone, a glaring beacon in the dim light of my on-set trailer. It was a screenshot of a tweet from an account I hadn't seen in a year. Holden Thatcher's. Folks, I found a dog. He insists on a 5 a.m. walk. I can't do this anymore. Generous reward for the owner. Please claim your demon. The internet was, predictably, losing its mind. The top reply read, the ultimate betrayal. First time I've ever seen someone offer a reward for the owner, not the dog. I zoomed in on the attached photo. There he was, Milo, Grandpa's little terror, with the custom gold bone-shaped tag still glinting on his collar. My fingers hovered over the screen, a ghost of a memory tracing the outline of a block button I'd pressed with furious finality a lifetime ago. Then, my phone rang. It was Grandpa Sam. Audie, he began, his voice thick with worry. Any news about Milo? I took a deep breath, the stale trailer air, doing little to calm the sudden chaos in my chest. Grandpa, I said, forcing a calm I didn't feel. I think I might have a lead. My first instinct was to handle it quietly, anonymously. Tessa, ever the efficient soldier, was already on it. I've contacted Holden Thatcher's PR team, she reported, her voice a clipped, professional hum over the phone. I told them we represent the owner and will arrange a pickup. Good, I said, sinking into a canvas chair. Keep me out of it. Keep my name out of everything. But the internet doesn't do quiet. By the time I'd wrapped for the day, the story had mutated. Hashtag Holden Thatcher calls out Ottersea. Hashtag Otter blocked Holden. Hashtag Holden has the dog. I stared at the trending topics, my vision blurring. It had all started with a post from some gossip blogger who'd remembered an old rumor about us dating. Then came Holden's second tweet, posted just 10 minutes ago. No response for this long. Guess you don't want the dog. Or did you forget where the block list is on your phone? At Otter Carmichael Official, the post was accompanied by a screenshot of Tessa's conversation with his team and a photo of Milo, held aloft by the scruff of his neck, looking utterly pathetic. The comments section was a war zone. The sheer amount of drama in these few words is staggering. So Thatcher's tone means they definitely dated, and it ended badly enough for her to block him. I remember that rumor. So it was true. They were a thing. So what's this? He's holding the dog hostage to get his ex to talk to him. Milo, Aru. Mom, I want to go home. I took a sharp breath. Tessa, I said, my voice dangerously low. I think Holden Thatcher just set me up. What? She squeaked. How else could this have happened? Of all the people in Los Angeles, he finds my grandpa's dog. His demand for the owner to retrieve the dog in person suddenly made a sinister kind of sense. I opened Twitter, my fingers flying across the keyboard. Two can play at this game. At Holden Thatcher, thank you for looking after Milo these past few days. I've already let my grandfather know he can pick him up tomorrow. He replied almost instantly, right there in my comments for the whole world to see. The dog isn't yours, I typed back, each word dripping with false innocence. Obviously not. Why would you think I'd own a dog that needs to be walked at 5 a.m? Oh, so when are you unblocking me? What was wrong with him? Had his last movie scrambled his brain? Can't he take a hint? Just be professional, be graceful, let this go. In the end, I unblocked him. The call from my agent, Julianne, was brutally pragmatic. If you two keep having this public back and forth on Twitter, you lose control of the narrative, period, she'd said, her voice sharp. Unblock him, handle it privately, now. So I did, then I sent him a single, furious text. There, you're unblocked. Are you happy now? Stop replying to me on social media. His response was a simple, infuriatingly calm, okay. For a long time after that, his chat window remained silent. I breathed a sigh of relief. At least I wouldn't have to figure out how to deal with him. The film was nearing its wrap. Just before the final day of shooting, Julianne paid a visit to the set. She sat down in my trailer, pulling a contract from her leather tote bag. It's a celebrity pet reality show, she said, sliding it across the table. Take a look. I picked it up. A pet show. You want me to go on a reality show with Milo? Yes, that whole mess with you. And Thatcher got a lot of attention. The producers of this show loved the drama. She paused, her gaze steady. Most of the offers were for trashy dating shows. This is the only one that's remotely on brand. I flipped through the pages. The timing was perfect, starting right after my film wrapped. Fine, I'll do it. Julianne didn't look surprised. I should tell you, she added, they're also in talks with Holden Thatcher, so we might run into each other on the show. I shrugged, feigning indifference I didn't feel. We had an amicable breakup. There's no reason we can't be in the same room. I wasn't lying. It was amicable, painfully so. The day I'd broken up with him, he was filming overseas. He didn't reply to my text for a full day. Then, just 2 words appeared. Okay, 2 flat, emotionless words. At the time, I thought he must have wanted to break up, too, that he was probably relieved. And I had just been the one to say it first. The day filming wrapped, my grandfather called. Audie, your agent told me you're done with the movie. Right, that's right, Grandpa, perfect. Come over for dinner tonight. Your grandmother keeps saying she misses you. Okay, I agreed, a smile touching my lips. It was the perfect opportunity to tell him about taking Milo on the reality show. But when I walked through the door, juggling bags of groceries and a bottle of wine, the words died in my throat. Because there, sitting on my grandparents' comfortable floral sofa, was the one person who shouldn't have been there. Holden Thatcher, what are you doing here? The question slipped out before I could stop it. Before Holden could answer, Grandpa Sam intercepted, taking the bags from my hands. I invited Holden for dinner, he announced cheerfully. He's the one who found Milo. If some crook had gotten a hold of him, I might never have seen my boy again. Holden nodded, a picture of polite modesty. Sam was very insistent. I didn't want to be rude, but if my being here makes you uncomfortable, I can. His voice trailed off, the unspoken offer hanging in the air. But it wasn't a real choice. I knew that if I dared to ask him to leave, Grandpa would probably show me the door right behind him. Just then, Grandma emerged from the kitchen, carrying a steaming tureen of chicken soup. Audie, you're here. Wonderful. Everyone wash up. Dinner's ready. I gratefully seized the opportunity, setting my purse down and escaping into the kitchen. Grandma, what smells so good? Everything. Barbecue ribs, shrimp scampi, braised beef short ribs. She rattled off the menu, pressing a piece of crispy fried pork into my hand. Here, taste this. You must be starving. Thanks, Grandma. As I reached for a stack of plates, she gently took my arm. She glanced over her shoulder, then lowered her voice to a conspiratorial whisper, "Audie, honey, your grandpa and I did some asking around. That young man, Holden, he's single." I froze. "He's handsome, and he was so patient with a handful like Milo. That says a lot about his character." Her eyes twinkled. "And you both do the same thing for a living. You have so much in common. You're at that age. You know, maybe you should think about getting to know him again." I started coughing, choking on the piece of pork. So that's why Grandma had suddenly missed me so much. This wasn't a thank you dinner. It was a blind date with my ex-boyfriend of 1 year. After I finally caught my breath, I managed to ask, Does Holden know what you two are planning?" Grandma shook her head. "No, of course not. We just told him it was a simple thank you dinner." I breathed a sigh of relief, but before I could say more, Holden stepped into the kitchen. He was dressed down today, in a simple white hoodie and black cargo pants. As he rolled up his sleeves to help, I saw it, a flash of braided leather on his right wrist. My gaze darted away as it burned. Holden wasn't a sentimental person, so why was he still wearing it? It wasn't anything expensive, just a simple braided leather bracelet I'd bought for him on a whim at a music festival years ago, when we were still new and giddy and inseparable. "You have to wear this for good luck," I'd insisted, tying it around his wrist myself. "Don't you dare take it off." Suddenly, the memory shattered. Audie, Grandma's voice pulled me back. What is it, Grandma?" I was asking, "What's wrong with you? You completely zoned out. It's time to eat." "Oh, right, okay." At the dinner table, my eyes kept drifting back to Holden's right wrist, trying to confirm what I thought I'd seen, but his sleeve was pulled down now, hiding it from view. "Is there something on my face, Audra?" Holden's voice was laced with amusement as he caught my stare. I shook my head quickly. "No, nothing." "Then why do you keep looking at me?" "I wasn't," I lied, my cheeks flushing. "I was looking at Milo behind you." I pushed my chair back abruptly. "I'm full. You guys enjoy the rest of the meal. I'm going to take Milo for a walk." The next second, Holden was on his feet too. "Good idea. A walk sounds nice." I ignored him, clipping the leash onto Milo's collar and heading for the door. He followed a step behind me. As we stepped out into the cool evening air, I paused and pulled a spare mask from my jacket pocket, handing it to him without looking back. "If you insist on coming, put this on." The last thing I needed was to wake up to another trending topic featuring the two of us. He took it without a word and slipped it on. We walked in silence for a few minutes, the only sound the happy panting of